Empty. I begin in empty. No head full of words about music waiting to drop to the floor, pour through my fingers, or otherwise externalize. Empty. A room, some writing things, a need to say, but nothing there to be said. What to say about music, too, within. Empty. Make some coffee, put a new cartridge in the pen, scratch various and sundry parts of my body, take imaginary trips to exotic places, fill pages of white paper with assorted murmur and speculation. Empty. Stare at the hot streets, water the plant, maybe I'll make a sandwich. If I keep at it, wherever it is, something will be there, wherever there is. Look at myself in the mirror, run some changes on the tenor, remember someone. Empty. Not quite. I'm full at least of my need to say, and just how do I know this? I can feel it, and I know its location. It's somewhere in my lungs, making not so gentle pressure on my vocal cords, moving me to make a sound which I cannot yet give myself. Empty. Rest a bit, remember someone, fight the drowsiness. Filling an empty place is tiring. Empty. Empty. Phone rings, nice, out. Empty. Empty. And then there's I, and I am writing. Many composers, more than ever before, few and dwindling opportunities. Composers become their own audiences, their own support nets, their own unctuous party hacks and vicious opponents. Everybody plays and maybe nobody hears. I am wondering what it would be like to be able to hear, myself and another. First to be able to listen, finally to be able to hear. But I'm a part of this system too, and everything which I could imagine saying to or about someone else is also a thing which might with reasonable accuracy be said to me about me. So no goody two-shoes here. What I'm getting at, or trying to, in this halting and occasionally rough writing way which gives no pretense of scholarly style, is that just now my own situation as composer disturbs me. It's not exactly that I've grown desperate enough to rent a sound truck so as to broadcast a message of anger and despair throughout the quiet streets, shopping malls, and neat little alleys of Iowa City where I live and do my work, but rather more that I'm tired. And on some days I can't get out of bed at the thought that my work, which I love and which gives me some of the few moments of unfiltered joy in a day, must once again be placed in the life-threatening, dismembering context in which I have been told and tell myself I must place it if I am to be a composer. You know how it is when you just don't want to do something, you scratch your ass or make a sandwich, see above. You do anything or everything to delay the ultimate moment of anguish contact between you and it, the body and the mind, work and their labors of deflection, and you collapse exhaustively into your heap, and your torpor scams you into thinking that somehow it's all been worthwhile. One more heroic struggle to jam your butt into pants one size down. It works for a while, sometimes for years, but when the blood pressure gets higher and the fifth lumbar vertebra French kisses a nerve as you bend over to make a face into the video camera and nobody will talk to you because just frankly you're a pain in the ass, you begin to wonder if the road not taken may not have been the right one after all. When exhaustion and disaffection and outright pain become the ersatz of your own life's composition and the only response seems to be to roll over in the sack and wait for the luscious loss of self-presence to erase all responsibility for making life happen, it may be time to ask a few questions. Questions like, what do I want and how do I get it? So, now, feeling a deep and compelling need to dispense with the literary you, as in you and me are the same, you know. I will tell the real you, whomever you are, that the afore-asked questions are my questions to me, but before I proceed to my own answers, there are a few things you and yours. I do not speak as a self-proclaimed victim. No speech is about them here. That's where a profound consideration makes possible a focused and unfiltered reading of you. Not the you whom I would assemble from parts of myself and employ as user-friendly tool in my panic-stricken lust to construct a viable me, but you as you are, and your reality informing mine. Empty. Lynette McKee on the radio. How long has this been going on? Empty. Don't know how I'll survive this summer. Drink of water cool on my throat. Empty. My call was not returned. Empty. Look in the mirror, hair like an herb garden, a full day's growth on my lemur's puss. Empty. Empty. Make some coffee. That's got it. Empty. It's spring out there. And then there's state-of-the-art technology. Brand new gadgets, capacity to astound and mesmerize with my gadgets. Shiny, brand spanking new equipment as emblem of institutional superiority. Finding my lost identity in my association with and proximity to sexy new tech. Clean tape as virtue, proof of cleanliness, ergo godliness in my stillborn, Puritan, smothered world. Tidy threads and pristine techno talk, not just a way to get a new sound or a new thought, or perish the thought, a new feeling, but a whole Weltanschauung cum Stück cum theater of historical inevitability in which the good guys laser a trail for us artists to follow through the swamps of human unpredictability to an grudging nod of the scientific community waiting skeptically in the wings. Maybe I'll be respectable finally to folks who think my art's a sham if I could show them that I too could talk about the real stuff like math.